What makes a man?
Is it the way that he walks or dresses?
The kind of car he drives, or is it the way that he dances?
Some say what makes a man is how he treats a woman.
Does he treat her with respect?
But before he can treat her at all, he has to get her attention.
Let's look at different ways we can execute this, shall we? Hey, sorry to stop you like that, but my name's James. Can I talk to you for a second?
Sure. Now let's look at another approach. Hey, mamacita, let me talk to you, girl. Oh, come on, can I get your number? Whatever, bitch.
Notice how when she showed that she wasn't interested, the young man proceeded to call after her. And when she moved on, he made sure to call her name so that if she didn't turn around, she must have been a terrible person. Now let's look at another example. Hey, hold up, girl. Would you come over here and talk to me for a second?
No, I'm sorry, I don't have time.
What? You ain't got time for this?
No, I don't.
Hell no. Keep walking then, bitch.
Notice how they both ended with the young lady being called an offensive name. But they're both outdone by the absolute worst way.
Hey!
The worst way.
If the only way you know how to get a girl's attention is to grab her, then you better expect something physical in return. So I suggest you better watch your ass.
And if you're going to start off by disrespecting us, then your games need some work.
Then again, don't even think about it, because everybody knows a real man when he grab a woman.
Look at her over there. She's always talking shit about me and always looking over here. Stupid FO.
Quick translation. FOB. Fresh off the boat.
Is it that you're so bored and self-centered that when you hear someone talking in a different language, it has to be something about you?
I love that I can speak another language, the language of my people. But it's really hard sometimes. This guy came up to me one time and asked me how to say hello in my language. So I told him. He said, "Your language is stupid," and laughed. Like I was supposed to laugh right back with him. It really hurts. I guess it's easier to make fun of someone than trying to understand them.
Yes, I do have a scar that showed that I wasn't born in this country. But that doesn't mean that I don't belong here. Or I don't have as much right to be here as you. So the next time I hear, go back to your country, I'm gonna say, why won't you go back to yours?
Because this country was formed and dominated by immigrants. You hating me being here is probably the same kind of ignorance your ancestors faced when they first got here.
America is, and always has been, diverse with many races and religion, and I love it.
I am Laotian American.
I am Vietnamese American.
And if you don't like it, you can go back to where you came from.
Banja Luka. I was born in Bosnia, in a town called Banja Luka. I remember it was very green and very energetic. There were always things to see and places to go. The streets were always busy with a lot of people. And for the kids, there were games to watch and places to go. The neighborhoods were very small, so when the parents wanted to call their kids home, all they did was stick their heads out of the window. Safeta! Safeta! Vreme dođeš kući! Every bus had a Serb soldier on it. If you were a Muslim, they would make you pay extra, and if you were a woman, they would harass you. Me and my mother were riding the bus, and a soldier asked my name. She was so scared, she started to squeeze my hand tighter and tighter until I started to cry. It became so dangerous, we had to start walking everywhere. When Milosevic came into power, he turned the tension that was always there between the Muslims and the Serbs into an all-out war. There were tanks moving through the streets. You couldn't wear green because it showed you were a Muslim. When a soldier walks by you, you can't tell him your real name because you were Muslim. You had to make up a name so he'd harass you. It became so dangerous, we had to start walking everywhere. More and more things came at night. Then the lights came. The shootings and the bombings were between Serbians and Muslims. Especially in Sarajevo, where my aunt lived. There was a hill where you could go at night and see all the shooting lights. Innocent people were bombed, buildings, houses, and stores. Over time, nearly every mosque was destroyed. Then my father was taken by the Serbs. Serbs have work camps where they made innocent Muslims, especially men, work for them as their servants. The only way to get him out was to buy him out. My mother was forced to sell my father's business and pay the soldiers with cigarettes. We had to escape to go to Sweden, but the people that were supposed to help us lied to us. So, for the next 3 years of my life, we spent it in refugee camps. They were more like prisons. There were 2 big buildings. We lived in one, and in the other, living in luxury, were the Serbs, who controlled the camp. Box rooms, black walls, and wires everywhere. The main things we had to eat were sour milk and yogurt, because they said that's all they had. And we had to keep our hair really short because of all the lice. We had to share bathrooms, which was really hard, because they were right in the room, and no one really had any privacy. Roads going in and out of Bosnia and the camps were controlled by the Serbs. The only way out was through a lottery. There were thousands of families in the camps, and every day there was a drawing to see who could be sponsored to leave to another country. Somehow we were lucky enough to be drawn twice. But the only way it would work was for us to lie about who we were and where we came from. The first time we got caught in a lie, and the second time with a little help from another family, after 3 years we made it out. The first thing that my mother did when we arrived in our apartment in America was go to the bathroom. The first time she had real privacy in almost 3 years. After more dealing, the sponsors helped us come to Seattle. Today, I am free to carry on my culture with pride, and there are very many Bosnian Muslims living in America today. Yes, I am a Muslim, and I choose not to cover. I am still just as devoted to Allah and my religion as anyone else. If a Christian doesn't wear a cross around their neck, does that mean they're less devoted to Jesus? This is a country of freedom. We're all supposed to be free to express ourselves in any way we choose, as long as we're not harming anyone else. But don't forget that it's okay to ask. Ask about someone's culture, ask about someone's religion. Questioning leads to understanding, and understanding is the best weapon against ignorance, against history repeating itself.